everybody, Little Gamer here, and welcome to a brand new video. Now today we are in Create-A-Sim again, creating the Stewart family. Well, really the last name of the two toddlers are completely different from their aunt, but still. Now this is Elle Stewart. She is our main adult sim. She's a young adult. She has literally only just started her career, and she has a fairly small home. I have not built that home yet, but I have it in my head. Now, Elle, sadly, she didn't plan on having kids this early in her life. She doesn't even have a spouse or significant other, so she wasn't really expecting to have two children suddenly on her hands to tend to. So she's a little frazzled and she's a little overwhelmed, but that doesn't stop her from doing a pretty decent job, if I say so myself. Now, when I was creating Elle, I wanted to think, okay, how would I cope if I was suddenly saddled with two toddlers? Very energetic toddlers. And I was the only one who could tend to them. I would be overwhelmed. I'd love them because they'd be my family, but I would be overwhelmed. I would be miserable. I love children, but oh my god, two on my own? No. Now, Elle sort of has like a very feminine style. I like to use a lot of I cannot talk today, it seems. I liked to use a lot of florals, a lot of pinks when creating her, or at least something pinkish. Pastel colors, basically. Now, Elle herself is hoping to become a famous actress one day. However, due to having two toddlers suddenly thrust into her arms and care, she has had to put that dream to the side and is focusing on them and ensuring that they have a roof over their head, food in their bellies, and clothing. Not that you have to pay for clothing in The Sims 4, but, you know, we pretend here. We use our imaginations. It's not called a virtual dollhouse for nothing, people. Now, Elle's sister, sadly, is the parent and mother of the two toddlers that she is currently caring for. Sadly, Elle's sister, who is unnamed because I couldn't think of a name for her, and her husband passed away in a horrific car accident. It was just absolutely atrocious. I'm not going to go into details. And that left their twin daughters, Alma and Mia, in the care of their very inexperienced aunt. Now, because of what has happened in the suddenness of the passing of her sister and her sister's husband, both toddlers are just a wee bit traumatized. They have a few issues. I'm going to call them abandonment issues, because when young children suddenly lose their parents, because of their age, they can have a difficult time coming to terms with it and understanding what happened. And it's heartbreaking, really, but I love these kinds of stories. The ones that just rip your heart out and stomp on them. Yes, that. I love those stories. So, while Alma used to be a pretty angelic and playful toddler, she is now quite fussy. She acts out quite a lot. And this is simply because she doesn't know how to deal with the very big feelings that she has. And so she just acts outward, which isn't uncommon for children, if you know anything about children. Now, little Mia, she's absolutely darling. She's a bit clingy. Elle finds it difficult to get anything done because Mia is constantly clinging to her skirt or her leg. And, well, as much as Elle would love some personal space, she understands that this is genuinely just a little response with the big feelings that her little nieces are feeling. So she's trying to be patient. She's actually taking quite a few parenting classes right now. And she's also scheduled a couple of play dates. Now you will see that I will use a lot of pre-selected things, like these quick little outfit design thingies. That is because I could not be bothered to think about what she would wear. Now, we're currently coming up. You're about to meet little Alma and see me make her. Now, this is Alma. She is a she's very fussy. She looks most like her mom. Actually, both of the twins are like a spitting image of their mother. But she isn't doing too well with, being orphaned. And she's quite fussy and she's quite aggressive. She acts out. Not because she's a bad kid or because she's, just a difficult child in general, but because she's hurting and she doesn't know how, and she's too young to communicate those very valid and big feelings that she has, and so she fusses. She cries. She throws temper tantrums. She has meltdowns. And honestly, honey, same. I get it. I probably do the same. I will probably do the same when my parents inevitably pass. I don't want to think about that. But yes, that's little Alma right there. You will see that I don't really put too much work into her, except for like their everyday outfits. This is because I think that these outfits that we have for toddlers are absolutely precious. And oh my god, I love creating toddlers. I love children in general. If I could have my own, I would. But I am in no situation to have my own. Oh goodness, no. Now, Alma, while a bit fussy and while having to cope with some very big feelings, she is deep down a pretty sweet toddler. If she sees that her sister is crying or that her aunt is upset, like overly upset, and she realizes that, hey, these other people have big feelings too, she tries to comfort them. She'll bring them her toys. Her favorite toy, her Mr. Beaver. She'll bring them she will bring them her Mr. Beaver plush. Now we are going to be meeting little Mia. Mia is very clingy now. Extremely clingy. She will grab onto any adults that she trusts, either their skirts or their pants or their leg in general, and she'll hide behind them and peek out at people. She's not fond of strangers, which, wonderful. Yes, stranger danger, sweetie, stranger danger. But, she's pretty clingy and she's pretty quiet. Occasionally she'll have a meltdown where she just cries, but typically she's just a pretty reserved child. But that, while yes, that's a bit of a blessing, it also worries Elle to pieces because she's like, oh no, this kid is traumatized. Now everyone in this family is in therapy. So they're going through the motions. Elle is doing the correct thing, both for herself and the children. And they're just taking one day at a time. One thing at a time, one hurdle at a time. But yes, this is the Stewart family, and I'm so happy you decided to watch today. And I hope that you have a great day. Bye-bye!